Oh, that was funny. I was rambling on, and my battery was low and it cut me off. So I don't know how much of that you heard towards the end where I said I started in construction work, and you just start from the ground on up, and then you start learning all these things along the way. Let's just keep looking around here. Now see the mud sill here that they used. That's an actual 2x4, and mud sill. It's green, and they shot it down with those shots and pins. See that right there? That comes out of a nail gun, and they don't have a nail gun out here right now. But here's the here's some shots for. Oh, here's the pins. Look, there's the pin, and the shots come out like this. They're like 20. Look at here. 27 caliber plastic 10 shot strip. You put this in a nail gun, and then you shoot one, and then it ratchets up to the next one, to the next one. And when you use these things, we were always real careful, because every once in a while you might miss the very first one or something. So whenever you get ready to discard one of those, you want to make sure they're all used up. And if one isn't used up, obviously you don't want to throw it away. You don't want to leave it down on the job site and have somebody somehow smack it thinking there's nothing on it and having it go off. So we'd always double check everything. Okay, now see this mud sill on the outside is an actual 2x6. It's an actual 2 inches thick. Look how thick that is, and I'm still scratching my head wondering why they did that. Now see when they built this wall here, they put a 4x6 in here, and on the plans it probably showed that for some reason they had to put a 4x6 there. I'm not sure why, because I don't have a set of plans out here. And now see this 2x6? This is a pressure treated 2x6. The next one's not, the next one's not, none of them are. In fact, why do you suppose this one would have to be pressure treated? Well, anytime you run a piece of wood up against the concrete, it's got to be pressure treated. And they chose, this was fairly close in 16-inch centers, and they chose to leave this one on center, and they used that as the whole stud. Now, if on 16-inch centers, if every 16 inches was about right there, they would have put a regular one there. And if that was still on 16-inch centers, then they could have used just a small little 2x6 mud sill from there up to there if they wanted. Now see what they did over here? Same type of thing. They could have saved themselves some money by just running this existing mud sill 2x6 just up to here, or just up to there, and then they ran this regular 2x6, because this one was on center, was on 16-inch centers, okay? And so they scabbed it along there. They could have just ran this one here, cut this off, and they could have saved that. They could also save that had they have laid out, depending on how they laid that wall out. You see what I mean? You come down here, see? Everywhere where the concrete goes up, there's another 2x6, and they had 16-inch centers happen to be right here. Well, they wanted to put one there because you don't want to have it too far, because if the inspector sees it that is further, if it's 3/4 of an inch, fine, but if it's 2.5 inches or whatever, then you've got to put another one. So that's why they did that. It was hard for them to nail that because they used a nail gun, and they put it in there. And when they did it with the nail gun, they should have angled this more, or they should have taken a regular hammer and pounded those down in there. Okay, there's another one there. There's another one over there, and that's what you do on that. Now see this little half wall here where they built that. They could have put a 2x6 mud sill up against the concrete. Well, for some reason they decided not to, and they thought instead of having a 2x6 right up against the wall, this one's on center, we can leave it off 2 inches off the wall or so, and we'll just run that. And they saved themselves a piece of mud sill. And then when they nail their sheetrock, whatever on this wall, shear wall, whatever it is, they can nail that being the last stud instead of 2 inches over. They'll still run their plywood over if that's a regular wall. Okay, I'm going to guess that's a shear wall, and they'll probably put plywood on there, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Now see where they built this, they ran it a 16-inch centers, and then there's nothing here. Well, see down there it says 4x8 header, 24 by 30. They're going to put a door, a door there, an access door. So when you're down here in the basement or in the ground floor, there's going to be a door up there, and there'll probably be a closet around here or something, I guess. And then there'll be a door there, and then they can access underneath the house, because see from there, in there, that's underneath the house, and then where it goes up higher, that's where the floor line's going to be up there. See, up there. Oh, it's very interesting. You get the gist of it. I'm thinking, and see, once they build the walls, before they put all these trusses up there, they got to make sure that this wall is nice and straight. So they put this angled piece down here. You can see where they shot the 2x6 down there. This is just temporary. They're going to have to rip this out later. See, they could take that. They could feasibly. No, I was saying they could feasibly take that out right now because these joists are holding. And see how they braced the wall there. They braced that, and they braced this wall to make this plumb. Plumb is level vertically. It's called plumb. And level is horizontal. Okay, so if I say plumb, that means this wall, they plumbed it up exactly where it went, and then they put the braces on there, and then they braced up the outside wall, braced up that outside wall over there before they ran the floor joists. See, and some places they see, this is just a temporary brace, this 2x6 on 2x4 on the outside. Some places make you put an actual steel brace with nail holes in it from there down, and you actually leave that on the outside of your wall before you put your plywood up on the outside of the wall, the OSB plywood paneling, before the stucco and all that kind of stuff. Years ago, before they had the metal strips, we used to have to actually cut these into a wall, where we'd have to hold it, put the wall down on the floor, plumb it, get it square, mark this, and actually cut in like not a 2x4 but a 1x4. And we'd cut in with the skill saw 3/4 of an inch, cut that, break that little piece out, break the next piece out, the next piece out, and square up the wall, and then actually nail that in, and it would be inside the wall per se. But nowadays they have little metal straps about yay wide with nail holes on it, and maybe they don't have those with them, so they ended up putting a 2x4 on there for now. Okay, and so it's odd how some things happen. Now see here, I thought this was kind of odd. We know there's going to be a door opening here and a door opening here. Generally they'll run an actual header across there. Well, they decided not to do that. They nailed 2x4 here and here, and they felt, okay, that's good enough for their header. Well, usually if you have something that small, you'd have to put a 4x4 up there, not two 2x4s flat. I don't know if the inspector's going to pass that or not. Maybe they will. I would have put a beam like a 4x6, 4x8, 4x10, 4x12, something, and then you have wood up further in case you're hanging. You want to hang curtain rods up there, something. You'll make sure you hit a backing up there. But they decided not to do that. Okay, they must know something I don't, and I haven't. Mind you, I haven't done framing for years, and this is. It just depends what county you are, what state you are, and if you got questions, look on the plan, see what they have shown, whatever they say on the plan. Say the plans have already been signed off. Have been. You can never build anything until you have your set of plans signed off and got a building permit, and the guys in the office look at all your structural elements. There's a structural inspector who looks at it, an electrical inspector, a mechanical inspector, a plumbing inspector, a fire and life safety inspector. All those different inspectors look at your set of plans, make corrections, make notices, all kinds of stuff before they even give you a permit. So then you look on your set of plans, whatever the plans say, hey, you better build it that way because the inspector's going to look at it that way and do it. See? So progress is being made for sure. And like I say, from time to time, I'll show you bits and pieces of this place going up. Now see, here's the rolls of that stuff right there. I'm wondering if they used any more of that underneath the rest of the plate. They might have put it under here. I just saw that piece and saw it kind of hanging out, but there might be that little styrofoam strip under all of that, and that might be a cushion to prevent certain bugs from coming in, moisture barrier to protect you from outside air going underneath your wall, your exterior wall, and then coming into your interior. That's something kind of slick. I've never really seen that before. And oh, I was going to show you something else over here. I've only got a couple more minutes before this my battery's going to run out. Sheetrock backing. I noticed over here, see, they're not done framing yet, obviously, but I saw directly that they needed sheetrock backing on this wall, and I think I have an idea of why they did not do it yet. Now see, this big old huge threaded pipe coming up. It's kind of like a bolt, a foundation bolt. The foundation bolts were stuck down into the concrete as they were pouring the concrete to come up, and then they put a washer down there and a nut, and that attaches your mud seal, your plate, down to the ground. I noticed certain areas they haven't done anything yet, and I think it's because they're using these big old huge washers. And see this washer here? Look at that. The washer's not going to fit, will it? I never use those type of washers. They'd probably have to use just a round washer and put in there, or they'd have to notch the 2x6. And see here, they haven't put them on yet at all. But see, this one here is really big. Now, probably because they're going to put something else there, like an earthquake strap, bolted onto this, and do all that, and then they probably didn't put sheetrock backing in here until that's done. Now, sheetrock backing, what do you mean, Joe? What's sheetrock backing? Well, you know, when you put sheetrock on this wall, look, nail it to here. Where are you going to nail it here? There's nothing there, right? Here, this wall was built stopping right there. We know we've got sheetrock backing from here to there, and then the wall comes across this way, okay? So after they do whatever they're going to do there, they can put another 2x6 here, or they can put a flat 2x4 in this cavity and let it stick out, you know, two inches or whatever. Nail it to here on the back side, let's say. That'll come out. That'll be your sheetrock backing. You see? See, all inside corners have to have sheetrock backing. Here you got sheetrock backing here, sheetrock backing there. So anytime you have an inside corner like that, you've got sheetrock backing. See this wall here? We'll see how this 2x6 is on center, 16-inch centers on the exterior wall. Then they round this. That's a 4x6, but they ran that for a reason. They probably need a 4x6 there, but you don't need a 4x6 for sheetrock backing. See here, that's a 4x6. If they didn't need that 4x6, they could have taken a 2x4 on flat, nailed it on here, boom, 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 and then that's your sheetrock backing for here. For this wall, whoosh, stop, and this wall here, see, they just stopped it there, and when they install their sheetrock, they won't have any sheetrock backing right there in the corner. They could nail their sheetrock there, or the inspector may tell them, hey, you need sheetrock backing up there, and they may have to put another 2x4 there. You see, or something like that. Now see over here. There's no sheetrock backing for this wall from here to there, because you know sheetrock's going on this wall, boing, stopping, and then sheetrock's going across. Usually you've got backing out at the corners. You don't just say, okay, let's just leave this with nothing. Your sheetrock's flopping around. Nail your sheetrock here. Nail your sheetrock here. No, they never do that. Okay, Now see, I see they've got this on here. This is another big old fat one. They're probably going to have another earthquake strap there, and they've just left that for something for now. Okay, so there's a couple quick and dirties for you, and I'll come out here another time and show you more, I'm sure. See here, look at these big old joists. Those are for 4x4 material or something. And I've noticed, you see here, they've got this one going across here, and now they're gonna use some more of these floor joists up like this, the shorter ones up there, and they're gonna run it off of that they're gonna use this as a beam going across, and they nailed their joist hangers on that. That looks a little suspect, doesn't it? But that's what they're gonna do. They run them in there, because usually on that, any place you've got nail holes in a strap, you're supposed to nail all of them, and you're not going to nail them all there unless they put some blocks up there. It looks like my battery's getting dead. I was going to tell you a couple more things. Maybe I can. I'll see if I can in a minute. Oh, that's funny. I wasn't prepared this morning. Most of my batteries were dead, and I charged up some of them, so this is my third battery, and the other ones only had about 10 minutes on each one. I got another 10 minutes. Okay, but see how they've run that across. Now they're going to have floor joists from here, from this portion here, going across. Okay, and I find that kind of interesting too, because see, all of your weight is going to be held by this one piece here, and that's fine because it's not spanning very far. But see, now they've attached that with a joist hanger up against the side of this one. So now that means, what does that mean? This TGI, or not TGI, but just floor truss joist, I call it, is holding all the weight, or is holding half the weight of this. You see, when you have something like this spanning across there like that, half of this weight is distributed to this side, half of it's distributed to here. So now we look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the middle of it is about here. So you got these 3 floor joists. The weight of that is being held by this one, okay? And so I don't know, and because this one, look how this one is spanning. This one's spanning actually the whole way, because remember, this wall only comes up to there. And oh, okay, I see. They just haven't framed up all the walls yet. You see, I can see where there's going to be another wall here. You see where they've snapped it and going across. Here's some other ones and stuff. So we know that the weight of this is not going to be spanning this whole way, don't we? Because this is going to be coming right up underneath there. So that's why they've only got one truss. If this truss was designed to go all the way, and if it's held up 3 other bits of the floor, you would have had to put a double or triple one of these side by side by side or something like that to then take the weight of these 3. Do you see what I'm saying? But they don't have to do that, just because these walls here are going to go up. This wall is going up. This wall is going up. And this wall here is straight up underneath here. See? So this weight is now being distributed not across the weight of this whole thing, but down to the floor. Do you see what I mean? So that's what's going on with that. Okay? All right. I think my time is up. Here's another access. See, 4x8 header, 24 inches by 30 inches. Access, open access. Kaboom! They frame that up, and then they'll put a little door there, and then this is, when you go into here, this is all access underneath the house. You see, they can be under here, and the floor height of the main floor is going to be up there. You see what I mean? Okay. any access areas that you have underneath the house, of course you have to have access. And that's what that's all about. Okay, I think I'm done for today. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. Hope you're enjoying this. If you are, send me a line and let me know.